'Cause there's so many things that I wanna
We made it to Buenos Aires.
Hello, my name is Yao, and let me take you on my journey through Argentina.
I said there's nothing, things I in something. I swear I love you today.
Hello, this is day zero. Let's say day zero. We're in day zero in the Thomas over here. This is Piper.
Hello.
And this is Chardon. Chardon's going to be my roommate in my host family. That Pen Express.
Beginning of your vlog.
Well, you're now in the second video of the vlog. So you didn't quite make the first video,
I
unfortunately.
didn't make the first video.
No, I'm sorry.
What was the first video?
You're just saying we're.
After arriving in Buenos Aires, we were quickly ushered off into our host families, and the first night was a bit quieter. We just settled in, adjusted to the city, and learned about Argentina through our conversations with my host mom. The next day with my host mom Marta, we headed towards the Plaza de Mayo, one of the symbolic centers of political life in Argentina.
Me and Chardon finally arrived. We're at the Plaza de Mayo where they have like all the main demonstrations and stuff. And right across from us is the Casa Rosada, which is the pink house, the government building.
The place where the presidents allegedly were.
Whether or not this was true, this is the first time I really felt like I was in Argentina. I really got to see some of these more recognizable buildings, seeing the plaza, seeing the fair, seeing the hustle and bustle of the city life around us, and the incessant vendors who'd always try to sell us things.
We're with our group. Okay, that's really loud. But we're in Feria del Telmo right now. And we just had coffee in the river behind us.
Having met up with our group, we actually came across one of the tango performances that were on the streets with a more tourist-facing version of Buenos Aires that we saw everywhere around us.
We're going into the... Where is this place? What's this place called? Where are we?
El Mercado.
El Mercado. We made it to Mercado.
My host mama recommended that I have choripan, and as I wandered through the food stalls with our friends, this was one of the earliest moments I felt like the trip was just simple in the best possible way. We're just eating, walking, laughing, and just getting excited about being somewhere new.
We have the whole group. Tasman J's already recording. So I'm gonna record Tasman J recording herself eating choripan. We have everyone here together. We're all eating at a table. He's got his beer. Claire already ate her food. This is Piper's deconstructed sandwich.
Looking back, this was my first version of Argentina, and also the Argentina that many other people would see, shaped by tourism. And before I knew it, the first day of classes were already around the corner. For the next 4 weeks, I'd be studying at the Universidad Torquato di Tella, not di Teja because the name is actually Italian. We'd be studying here, learning about the history and culture of Argentina and Buenos Aires as a larger city.
Well, we're in the classroom right now. It is officially day 1 or day 2, for me at least. And we're everyone here in the classroom.
After orientation and a quick tour of the university, the 300 level class was immediately launched into a lecture, compared to the 200 level class which had no lecture. Immediately we were presented with questions of how Argentina imagines itself across historical, cultural, political, and everyday lenses.
Right now, doing an activity run by a group of University of Taylor students who might be looking at my phone, curiously.
Una especie de Princeton y Dejaré, Argentina y Estados Unidos. Como para ver cómo es cada cosa, no vamos a llegar.
Why is it so close to their faces?
Now, I don't know how inspired my friends were by me, but some of them even started vlogging themselves. Not all of the learning that we did happened in the classroom. A lot of it happened in a lot of these everyday mundane moments, whether it was in a grocery store, in a cafe, on the bus.
It's so
But I believe that it's in no small part that our group was able to get so close to these little
today?
moments.
Is this gonna be it? Wait, you need to do it again.
But the next day, me and Sheridan decided to head to a cafe to be able to catch up on some of the readings that we had, just like in any course at Princeton. Reading writers like Sarmiento or the fantastical short stories of Borges, we learned to discuss what civilización and barbarie meant, who the gaucho was, national identity, and so many other things.
There are these guys in the subway who are just like putting socks down on people's bodies and like, I hope you buy them. And they did it to Chardon. And yeah, has socks on him. We finished taking the subte and now we're here at the Playa de Mayo.
And I was not scammed over some socks.
This is the second time I was coming to the Plaza de Mayo, but this time I felt different. It started to feel like the city was actually becoming part of the course, which terrified me because then I never left the classroom ever. But coming back with a guide was a completely different experience because we got to see so much more of the central square that wasn't just to take photos, but to learn about the government, how this was a place of protest, memory, and public life. These white scarf symbols painted on the ground represented the group of the Madres de Plaza de Mayo, who still met every week to demand answers about where their disappeared children went during Argentina's oppressive military dictatorship. They would walk around the whole plaza in a circle because the police officers wouldn't allow them to stand silently in protest. And that same day, we actually got to see a protest happening at the Plaza de Mayo, which made the area feel so much more real because there were these firefighters who were protesting for either the recompensation from the government or other rights that they weren't receiving. As a city, Buenos Aires is really alive politically. At these churches that we visited, we could see traces of colonial history and the foreign invasions, like these cannonballs that were literally reconstructed after the church was burnt down to memorize the invasion by the English.
Smallest house in Buenos Aires, apparently.
It's these smaller places that we were taken to and the little details that our guide was able to give us that really showed us the city from a different lens. Afterwards, we decided to grab a little bit something sweet to treat ourselves with.
We're on the bus to get ice cream. See?
Cadore, the place we were going to, was actually a recommendation by the Universidad de Itela students after giving us this whole list. And I can say this was one of the best highlights, but not better than El Cortito, which had some of the best pizza that I've ever had in Argentina in this very traditional family restaurant. The next day, I did a little solo traveling.
El cementerio de la Recoleta. It's kind of weird to be vlogging here. But anyways, I thought I'd get in with my Ditela student card. Going to El Mausoleo de Sarmiento, which is this way. It's a big cemetery, super cool. There's some crazy graves though, wow.
Being able to see graves like former President Sarmiento's and Eve Perón's really put a tangibility to these names that we'd heard about only in our readings.
Oh!
Which is my reaction when we got to see the Museo Nacional de Bellas Artes. Look at how crowded displayed art used to be. But throughout the tour, we learned how art could preserve beauty, politics, protest, and national memory in the same space.
In Argentina, there's a lot of these people who just train dogs, and this guy just walking around this huge fort of a bunch of different dogs.
The next day, we got to visit the Malva, which is the Museo de Arte Latinoamericana. Why can't I say that? Something cool about this painting that I learned was that this canvas was so large that they had to stitch together the seams right there. And a quick pizza break later, we got to visit the Teatro Colón, considered one of the 10 best opera houses in the world by National Geographic.
We're here at tango class.
A form of dance that originally was brought by migrants originating from red light districts. The next day, we visited the Reserva Ecológica near Puerto Madero, where we got to see a different kind of urban space, one that was more green. Even though to us, Buenos Aires as a whole had so many tree-lined streets that it already seemed really green to us. For people from Argentina, this is one of the few places that the porteños actually felt was a real accessible green space. Made it to the Boca. La Boca presented another contrast. Famous for its colorful buildings that I have no recordings of, we learned about the neighborhood's struggles, its underinvestment, and the tension between preserving local culture and turning that culture into something that was for visitors. Just as tourism can make a place visible, it can also simplify it. Some of my favorite moments came from exploring on my own or with friends, like here in the Parque Retiro, or going down the Avenida Santa Fe and seeing El Ateneo Gran Splendid, a theater-turned bookstore that was just so cool to be able to see inside. And of course, ice cream.
Look at that huge cone. We're at the airport. It's 5 a.m. and we're here to go to Jujuy now. All roads lead to Jujuy, including the airport road.
One of my most memorable memories was definitely our trip to Jujuy, where we really got to see a different side of Argentina that was beyond this huge and urban sprawling city. Followed by local music, we got to visit a mercado to procure the ingredients that we would be making to cook our own lunch for the day. After a long flight, this empanada break was exactly what we needed. For lunch, we'd be making something known as pachamanca. We'd be using a hole in the ground with hot stones to be able to cook our vegetables and meat together. We divided up into the green, blue, red, and orange teams to cook our meal for lunch together.
Parece mejor que el pollo de Costco. Primero ponemos algunas hojas y luego añadimos cordero y luego más hojas y luego el pollo, más hojas y más los verduras encima. Y ya están haciendo el resto de las hojas.
And once we were done adding all the vegetables and meat, we covered everything with a layer of dirt to let cook for 2 to 3 hours.
La comida está comiendo, está muy rico. Esas son las empanadas. Buenísimo.
Muy rico. Muy rico.
We even got to have some fun and learn how to do some local dance. Once we were done, they removed the dirt and we were left with a really tender and delicious lunch that I literally have no photos of. Then we moved to the Pucaral Tircará, a former fortress and archaeological dig site.
Bro, you scared it off.
We learned that the houses that they constructed were actually made without any real basis of historical precedent.
This is fake.
Including that pyramid.
Estamos comiendo desayuno.
Refueled with a good breakfast, we went to the Cabrera de las Señoritas.
Look, there's a bunny. It has a long tail too. I'm just chilling there.
Our guys Carolina and Carmen helped take us around. They even had a solution for when we were hungry or tired.
These are coke leaves, and you can put it in your mouth, and it gets rid of thirst, hunger, gives you energy. How does it taste?
I don't think it has any flavor. I don't taste anything, but...
At 1,200 meters of elevation, taking these coke leaves actually helped a lot with altitude sickness. The sprawling red rocks carved by the natural movement of water painted this beautiful image of the local landscape. We had some opportunity to listen to some traditional song and do some of our own.
This road is like moving like crazy. It's not, I can go off the road. So we're just in the countryside.
Wave, say.
We're at Montañas de 14 Colores porque dicen que hay 14 colores, pero algunas veces puede decir que hay más colores. Yay!
Here's Adana going down the steep hill. There's so much more to go.
After a really long and tiring hike down the mountain, we refueled with a little food as we headed on our way back to Dejaré, our base of operations.
Everyone sees the llama.
Llama!
Oh my gosh, llamas, llamas.
I'm eating them! I'm eating them!
them right now.
And we ended our day together, sharing a meal and listening to some local music. Good morning, it's another day in Jujuy. We're going out to the mountains again to go see some cardones, which are cacti.
There's our bus. This is where we're staying. I didn't actually make any video of like where we were staying. So I guess this is my only video that we're gonna have where we're staying.
One of the strongest themes for me in Jujuy was this learning through shared experiences. Like this opportunity we got to make bread with a family of Hectora Lamas.
Hiper, ¿dónde vamos?
A los animales!
Seeing the farm was definitely one of the best highlights. Being able to hold baby goats, see this dog that thought it was a goat.
Oye, partilo. Wow. Este cordón tiene 800 años. Mira, wow. ¿Qué piensan ustedes de este cordón?
This old cactus was a really testament to the endurance of nature, and it was local custom to give it a fist bump. Next up was learning how to play the siku, a traditional wind instrument. The music that these people played was incredible, and they absolutely showed up our siku playing. I mean, like, come on.
Yeah, we're doing this little student meet and greet thing. Sharon, what do you think?
We flipped this place around in 2 hours. We were gone.
It's completely decorated.
And for the rest of the evening, we had a cultural exchange with these local students learning to become English professors. Our last stop in Jujuy was the Salinas Grandes. We're currently climbing to 4,000 meters of elevation, which is about 13,000 something feet. And look at that view behind me. We need to go soon. There's something unreal about the salt flats almost. It was white, cracked, and stretching out in almost every direction endlessly.
This is sweet, the water here. It's different from the other ones over there because it's not, you see the color of the blue.
Is the other one salty?
Yeah, this one's sweet.
Bueno, tengo que decir que hace 2 años cuando
I will lose it, what the guide says.
Princeton 2 years ago with the Princeton group. Vamos a ver su inspiración.
Everyone's eating the salt. How's it, Emma?
¿Vieron que si se la ponen en la piel pica?
I don't know why everyone's doing push-ups on the thing, but there's other people doing push-ups earlier. Well, using a sun oven. After having a picnic on top of the salt lakes, we got to learn about some traditional salt extraction techniques that we got to try using tools ourselves, with varying levels of success. It was a reminder that this was a real local resource beyond the beauty of the scenery. We just got back, and now we're getting an Uber. We're gonna go watch the game right now as we're waiting, because it's the first Argentina-Algeria game. Luckily, Argentina won. I came back to Buenos Aires with a different eye. For example, at the Museo Evita, I was able to connect ideas of Peronism and shared memories with our course discussions and connect them to these buildings and public spaces we were visiting. During the free weekend, my friend Eddie came down to visit me from Brazil. I was able to explore the city a lot more with purpose. At the Salon 1923 on this rooftop balcony, I was really able to see how this sprawling city really tells stories about itself. I explored places and bars that I hadn't seen before, but now I had more context. I had more questions. And I think I was more aware that every place that I went to was only showing me a part of itself, which made me want to question and really explore and understand what Argentina had to offer beyond just tourism. Time, teachable time. Taking my friends back to the same places I visited before, I had a completely different perspective even though I was still a tourist. There's just something so special about having taken this course and being able to share the same experiences in the same city with my friend in a completely different angle that I wouldn't have been able to do before. And although watching that sunset made me have to run to catch the plane, we still made it in time to make it to Iguazu. I'm so close to going to Brazil. Wasn't that a meme at one time? You're going to Brazil. We made it to the Parque Nacional Iguazu. Grabbing the very last tickets for this Gran Aventura boat tour, it was something truly unforgettable. But mostly because I was completely unprepared to get soaked. Walking the meticulously maintained trails, I realized the infrastructure made it possible to experience these waterfalls up close. The contrast between the nature and animal life with the infrastructure that the park had developed really made me think again about tourism. It was once again a huge contrast to the bigger city of Buenos Aires that we saw. The trip I took also gave me one of my most unexpected encounters during the program. I met an older Chinese gentleman who simply wanted to talk, share coffee, and connect with younger people. He even paid for my dinner when I was in Iguazu. It really reminded me that the travel that I did was not only about the places I was seeing, but the opportunity to meet absolute strangers and make genuine connections with them. Right now the game is going on between Argentina and Austria. Like the streets are completely empty. Like this is a very big road, but there's like literally no one on it except for like the buses and anyone else going. Insane. Right, I need to go find a place to watch the game. Oh! This is our last class trip that we're taking. We're led by Floral, who is taking us to wherever we're going. And yeah, it'll be fun. A final trip to the subway, we got to meet with Monica Milan, a textile artisan who helps connect craft, slowness, and this idea of community knowledge through these lived techniques in the textile works that she's producing. And in the final days, taking the bus one last time, doing our final presentations with our friends and classmates, hearing about everything that we've learned together, the farewell dinner, and the conversations that we had with our professors and classmates, everything felt connected. And although some of us were sad to go, Princeton, Argentina was truly great. I want to thank Edgardo, Floral, and everyone in this class for making the program something unforgettable. Thanks for here. That's good. Thanks for a great trip, and I'll see you next time.